ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم في كوكب التوحد المرح، معكم يلدا. اليوم حلقتنا عن موضوع العنف، لكن هالمرة عنف أطفال التوحد أو مراهقين التوحد ضد الأمهات والآباء أو أفراد العائلة. سألت السؤال، قلت لها ليش بعض الأطفال التوحد أو مراهقين التوحد يصيرون عنيفين مع أمهاتهم أو أحد أفراد العائلة؟
Barbara, this topic was important for one of my audiences, and she had this question: violence towards the parents, and she's having this difficulty that her kid is violent towards her, and she doesn't know what to do with him. So, what makes a child to get violent with their parents?
So with any behavior, especially aggression or violence, it's because it's being reinforced. Finding the reason or finding the cause of the violence is an important thing. Like outside of, obviously reinforcing that behavior, but finding out why the child is becoming violent. Is it because they're trying to access attention from the mother? Or is it because they want a preferred item or object? Or if it's just because they want to escape the demands. They don't want to eat dinner right now, or they don't want to be there. They don't want to do their homework, or whatever the reason may be. So finding out what that reason is very, very critical. And if violence always get them out of that, they're going to continue to be violent.
طيب شنو اللي يخلق السلوك العنيف عند هذا الشخص؟
So what creates an aggressive behavior?
So what creates aggressive behavior? There's a lot of different things, but the lack of being able to communicate is definitely one of them. Sometimes you have kids that can say a lot of different words, but they still can't say or tell someone when something is too much. And so they internalize that and they become aggressive. That's how they express themselves. That is a form of expression. It's not our most preferred form of expression, of course, but in some situations, that is how they express themselves. So being able to give them the tools and the language that they need to actually communicate that something is too much, or if they want to leave, or they just really want to hug right now from mommy. There's a lot of different reasons. I have kiddos that want a hug from their mom, but instead of asking for a hug, they may go hit them. So figuring out ways and tools that you can give to that child to be able to firmly express themselves, and when they do, reinforcing that instead of the aggression.
شنو الحافز اللي يخلي هذا الطفل أو شنو اللي يحفزه إنه يصير عنيف؟ هل هناك أسباب محددة؟
So what could trigger the violence in children with autism?
Definitely not being able to communicate. Also to modeling behaviors. You have some kids that are not aggressive at all, and then they go to school with other children with autism and they exhibit those same behaviors. So just someone maybe modeling that behavior. Sometimes some TV shows that they watch.
Games.
Yeah, or games. And then also too, not understanding how to actually play, because sometimes we feel like the child is being aggressive, but we don't often use this word in well, we don't even use this word at all. It's intent, but there's not malintent, but they think that they're playing with the other child or the adult or anything like that, but they're actually hurting them, and not being able to have that social understanding of, okay, this is not appropriate. So it's a lot of different things that I feel like can contribute to it, but I would definitely say the lack of communication and someone already modeling that behavior and that behavior being reinforced is the top 3. Yeah.
شنو العوامل اللي تساعد الشخص إنه يصير عنيف؟
What factors contribute to violent behavior? Like it just helps it to grow.
To constantly, just give it more energy. A lot of times when people are being violent in that moment, if it's to access something, or I see a lot of violence with escape. And so if they are becoming violent, most people let them escape. Most people will say, you know what, you don't have to do this right now. You could just go calm down. That's what they wanted. So the next time they're going to become violent. We taught them at that point, like, hey, this is how you actually leave this area, or you don't have to do this. Or when they want a preferred item and you're like, no, you're not going to get that, and then they become violent, you're like, okay, here you go. And that is telling them, okay, this is the way that we do it. And if it's attention, which is some of the hardest behaviors to treat, because if a child's function of their behavior is attention, if they become violent to you, it may start off as pushing you. You can ignore that. You could be okay with that. But then if they know, okay, well, pushing is not getting this person, so now I'm going to punch them or slap them, that's hard to not pay attention to. In situations like that, you have to revert to a different method to get that behavior under control.
So we have to stop it from the first sign.
Yes.
So it doesn't grow.
Yes, and a lot of people don't understand the first signs. The first signs are so minimum. The first signs actually start a lot when the kids are a little younger. It could be something small where they may, like I had a kiddo who didn't have any, like, you know, maladaptive behaviors, but he didn't like when people sing songs. So anytime a person went to sing a song, he walked up to them, he said, no, stop, 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 stop. But eventually stop, 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 stop started hitting the person of stop, 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 stop. And it elevated into that. So at that point, with his communication, anytime he wanted somebody to stop, he would go hit them or shove them or anything like that. When I talked to the parents about him, you know, coming up to a person saying, stop, 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 it wasn't hard. I was like, but we definitely got to control the behavior. I said, no, they're not aggressive at all.
But it can grow.
But it can grow and it can change forms. Behavior always changes forms.
Yeah, and then it will be too late to prevent
Yes,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
وآخر سؤال، شنو ممكن الأم تسوي تمنع هذا العنف أو تعدل هذا السلوك وتتفادى هذا السلوك من قبل طفل أو مراهق التوحد؟
Yeah, true. What should a mother do when her autistic child attacks her?
So in a situation like that, the first thing you want to do is, if you can, if your child is smaller, not, you know, it's not dangerous, they're not attacking you with dangerous objects or things like that, is you want to try your hardest to de-escalate by doing some planned ignoring if you can, and blocking. If that's not possible, your next step would be to physically restrain that child to prevent that child from harming themselves and also preventing more harm to you. In situations like that, if you don't know how to properly do that, properly physically restrain someone, because you do need training for that, you want to seek some resources out there to see if someone can teach you the proper way to do that. And then of course your last resort would be to contact some help. And depending on the situation, you may want to contact for help in the beginning. And in situations where you have like a mom or a dad and both of the parents in the home, sometimes the kids are aggressive to one or the other parent, and figure out maybe what the other parent is doing that the other parent is not doing, and try to combat those behaviors like that. Because aggression, or like I said, any behavior, in order for it to increase and to stay maintained, it is being reinforced in some way or the other. And that is understanding how you are reinforcing that behavior. That's going to help you learn how to decrease it.
وأخيرا السؤال الشهير الأخير اللي أسألك إياه، شنو النصيحة اللي تقدمينها بالنسبة للموضوع اللي تناولناه هذه الحلقة؟
Good. Any specific advice regarding this topic?
Definitely don't wait until it's too late. If you see signs of aggression, start focusing on that. Then don't treat aggression with aggression. You want to treat aggression with replacement behaviors, whether that's communication, whether that is calming strategies of like breathing techniques, meditation, whatever. You want to treat it head on.
Great. Thank you again, and it was great and a lot of good information and knowledge from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
الحين وصلنا لنهاية هذه الحلقة. الحمد لله على النعم التي لا تعد ولا تحصى، وعلى النعم التي لم ندركها بعد. شكرا للمتابعة، وشكرا للمتابعين الجدد السبسكرايبرز الجدد اللي انضموا إلى قناتنا، وشكرا للدعم من الأمهات. لا تنسوا تتركوا لي كومنتس عن مواضيع حابين تسألون عنها عشان أقدر أجيب لكم الأجوبة. وشكرا للمتابعة مرة أخرى، ولا تنسون الشير واللايك والسبسكرايب عشان هالنوعيات من الفيديوهات توصل للأمهات أو الناس اللي محتاجين هالنوعية من المعلومات المفيدة. شكرا ومع السلامة.